This is photographs, of the wood, and I stacked it up and I've crisscrossed it. I've used about 8 pieces of the stack. That's about 2 layers of a 10-layer stack, and I'm going to time it and see how long it burns. And I've just used about 3 or 4 pieces of newspaper. I wad them up and then I twist them because they'll start slower. And in the video, I had to cut the sound because I got a phone call on my little walkie-talkie. It was some important message, but I wanted you to see, how I stacked the wood and just lit it underneath, and I left a little air vent. I lifted it up off the ground. I'm going to push the camera in close to that so you can see that, air can flow under the stack. After I got it started, I think it took about 2.5 to 3 minutes to start blazing. I got that little phone call, and then I watched it burn, and it started burning really fast. And after that, I'll go back to camera narration, and I'll do the math for you, tell you how long it burned, how many layers, how long a stack of it will burn, and I'll show you at the end of this movie how I'm going to stack it up and divide it out with strings around it so you don't have to put your hands on it. You could buy a half a stack of it or a whole stack, and you'd still be able to tell, how much wood you're burning or buying. I think a half of that stack would burn for about an hour and 45 minutes without the added wood. I mean, if you keep adding wood, it'll keep burning. And if you wanted to throw a few more pieces of kindling and a couple big pieces on top of that, it would start another fire all over again. But you could probably start about 5 fires with each little bundle. Just seconds after I cut off, that thing started blazing, so I just went ahead and cut back on. That top log's really going good. Hello? No, I don't ever ask my neighbor. They always say feel free, so I just come over and start a fire in their backyard.
That's one I owe you, buddy.
Roger that.
Over and out.
Bye-bye. That's about 2 layers of that stack. If this 2 layers and 2 pieces of wood lasts, let's say 30 minutes, then that stack over there, that stack of kindling with a couple of limbs on top of it, should last about, I think there is, in the paper it says 10 rows of it, so that would be 5 times 30 minutes. Well, that would be 1 hour, 2 hours and a half. If this lasts for 30 minutes, I'm gonna time it, and then I'm gonna finally give you the final clip and tell you how long it took to burn down, because it may last longer than 2.5 hours. One little stack of kindling, it's burning pretty good. And you can see the bottom pieces of kindling that I used to hold it up off the ground, it's not burned out. So adding wood to that and keeping it burning is going to be real easy. Cut this for now, but now this clip that's on 30 minutes, and heck, I don't know, this might go for 45 minutes, close to an hour. I'm gonna stir it one more time and take a picture of it when it's finished. Okay, here we are at 45 minutes later, and the big pieces of wood on top haven't burned out. The biggest one, the longest one hasn't. But the kindling, it's gone down to hot. It's really hot, red coals underneath. It's starting to burn down. It's still got it's got a lot of heat on it. I can't even get close enough to really say I want my camera this close because it's too hot. But you can see, oh, there, that's the big limb there. Most of that flame you see there now is coming off the big limb, and this little piece of the limb. But the kindling in 45 minutes has turned into coals. I started the video wrong, so let's start over. Each layer has at least 5 pieces. Most of them have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or 7 pieces. But it's 5. It's going to be 10 layers, and they're staggered.